Okay guys, one day I was making a seminar and I saw some students talking about what was the toughest belt in Jiu-Jitsu. I saw they discussing it like what's the hardest belt in Jiu-Jitsu. And I think everybody has a different opinion on that, but in my opinion, the purple belt is the hardest one, and I'm gonna explain here why. I think, for example, when you started Jiu-Jitsu, you started as a white belt and then you were very, very excited, you were a white belt, you were training Jiu-Jitsu very hard, and you were enjoying, and it's a new journey for you, you were learning new things and this and that. And then you get your blue belt, and then you were very excited that you got your first belt, and you are starting to develop your game and this and that, and the blue belt is awesome, you just got your first belt in Jiu-Jitsu, you're happy you got graduated and this and that. And then you got the purple belt. So purple belt is the middle, right? There's white, blue, purple, brown, and black. So purple belt is right on the middle. So this is, in my opinion, is the toughest belt because it's the time that you kind of get a little bit not too much motivated, you know, like for example, when you were white belt, you were super motivated. When you were blue belt, you just got your blue belt. You were like fired up with Jiu-Jitsu. And then when you get the purple belt, you still have a long way until you get the black belt. And that's the belt that many times you feel you are not learning enough. You know, you feel like your Jiu-Jitsu is stuck because as a white belt you didn't know anything. As a blue belt you start developing your game, and then as a purple belt is normally the belt that you feel stuck on your game. You feel like, oh man, I'm not improving Jiu-Jitsu anymore. But that's not true. You are improving. But it's just like, it's the middle of your journey, right? Not even the middle, because when you get the black belt, it's another journey. It's another journey that there's no end. But I mean, from white to black belt, purple is going to be the middle. So purple belt is normally that time that you feel you're not improving too much anymore. Many times you see people quitting Jiu-Jitsu when they're purple belt because they are not motivated and this and that. So this is the reason I think purple belt is the toughest belt in Jiu-Jitsu. And I don't know, but if you are on a competitor, for example, you go compete as a purple belt, the bracket's huge, there are a lot of people. Even in the Masters Division, the adults, nowadays Jiu-Jitsu is getting even more popular, so even as a black belt, brown belt, all the brackets are very big. But purple belt is that very competitive belt that, I mean, like, it's kind of like the time that, or you're going to keep going, you're going to become black belt, or you're going to give up. So that's why, in my opinion, that's the hardest belt. In my case, for example, in my career, I was white belt for 1 year, then I got the yellow belt because I was young, very young. Then I got the blue belt. Blue belt was my longest one, took 3 years, and then I was purple belt. But purple belt I consider in my career, that was the point that I took it. I'm not gonna say I took it serious, but was the most important belt for me because it was the belt that I won my first words. I won the open class. And then I got that confidence that, okay, I can make it, I can win as a black belt one day as well. But for example, if I look back and I had not done well as a purple belt, there's a huge chance maybe I would give up because I was doing college as well. So purple belt was that time that I decided like, okay, I'm gonna do this for a living and that's gonna be my main thing in life, because was the belt that like I had to choose one way, you know, or I would follow like my college degree that I finished, but or I would take Jiu-Jitsu very serious and I would do that for a living. So purple belt, in my opinion, is probably like the most important belt and always and also the hardest one, because it's the one that I mean, like, or you give up Jiu-Jitsu or you keep going, you know, like, so that's my opinion, and I think it makes sense. Because you can see, like, think about how many people quit Jiu-Jitsu as a purple belt. They will not quit when they're happens to, but they will not quit when they're brown belt. Brown belt, they're very close to the black belt. So they're very, very close to getting the black belt. So when you start something, you want to finish something. So when you are brown belt, you are not supposed to quit. When you are white belt, you want to get your next belt. You want to get the blue belt. When you are blue belt, you're still excited. You started this new journey. You got your first belt. And then when you get the purple belt, it's that time that you stop and you look and, oh man, I still have a very long time until I get the black belt. And many times you feel like, okay, my jiu-jitsu sucks, I'm not improving anymore. But it's just because you are doing that probably for like 3, 4, 5 years. So it's normal that your motivation is going to go down. But you got to keep it up. So my tip here is that anytime you feel that you are not motivated with jiu-jitsu, your jiu-jitsu is not improving anymore, everybody has these feelings. I remember I would feel that all the time. And what was very weird on my career is that most of the times I had those bad feelings, I was competing very well on those times. And many times when I was crazy excited, I would not compete as well. And my way to explain that is that most of the times that you feel like this, you are not motivated, this and that, is probably because you trained a lot before that. And then you reach that point that's almost like an overtraining, or even one psychological overtraining, you know, like you trained a lot, but you might be better than you thought at those times. When you're thinking about give up, when you're thinking about like, oh, my jiu-jitsu stopped improving, probably you have improved so much that you have these feelings now that you are stuck with your jiu-jitsu. So if you are on a purple belt and you are feeling like a little bit not very motivated and this and that, try to keep this in mind. You know, like everybody has those feelings. Try to keep it up and try to push yourself, and don't stop, don't quit. The biggest mistake anyone can do in jiu-jitsu is quitting. I have seen so many people that they started doing jiu-jitsu, they quit for 1, 2, or 3 years, and then they restarted like 3 years later, 4 years later, and then they say, oh man, I wish I had not quit on that time. So keep it up. Even like, I understand that maybe you're not a 100% competitor, you do this just for fun, you don't do this for a living. But even though I understand everybody has family, everybody has job, but don't give up. Even if you have to train once a week, go there once a week. Even if it's like once every 10 days, once every other week, don't stop. Keep going. Because your motivation is going to come back. And if you stop, you start falling behind, you know. Like, so try to not stop. Try to keep going. Even if it's once a week or twice a week or once every other week, the most important thing is keep going. Keep going for the journey. I think that's the most important thing in life, you know. Every time you give up on something, and then we try to come back later, it's a very hard time to come back. It's always like, oh, I wish I had not stopped at that time. Now I'm older. Now my body is different and this and that. I went out of shape. So keep going. Try to keep your motivation high. I know that sometimes it's hard. I mean, like when you get used about things, it's normal that your motivation is going to go down. When you're doing something for a very long time, it's normal that your motivation is going to go down. But try to keep it up. That's my tip here. There was a bunch of times in my career that I thought about giving up. You know, I really thought like, oh, I'm gonna do another thing in my life. I'm tired. I'm like all beat up, this and that. But I did not. You know, like I kept going, and that's my tip. I hope you enjoy, and I hope you have a very enjoyable journey in jiu-jitsu. And guys, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I'm doing my best here to share with you guys all my tips, everything I have learned on my career, all the experience I got teaching and training and competing. So I hope it helps you guys, and make sure to subscribe here. Os.